Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of RTA Talks. I'm your host, Robert T. Anderson. In today's Advisor Growth Tips series, we're here to talk to you about you need a process. So if you've missed any of our previous videos, please go check out our channel. We have tips number 1 and 2, being first, you need to make a list. So that's advisor growth tip number 1. Advisor growth tip number 2 is you need to create an annual business plan. And today we're here to talk to you about advisor growth tip number 3. So you need a process. So what do I mean by that? Well, so tip number 1 here is clients need to know what to expect from you. Certainly, if you're dealing with a client, say 40 plus, some in their 40s or 50s, might even be 60s and they're a boomer, they've likely had some experience working with an advisor, or they've probably, they've done some investing before, they may have some insurance of some kind, they're a little more comfortable. They may be able to tell you what they want, and you may be able to guide them through that whole process. But when I'm talking about a process here is you really need a first meeting process, a second meeting process, and a third meeting process, where you're really going to take that time to do a discovery meeting, have a recommendations meeting, an implementations meeting, eventually what a review meeting is going to look like. All that's important in terms of expectations. So in a process, it's also repeatable. You want to be able to give this same client experience over and over again, not only to your current clients, but also to future clients. So, and when that process is repeatable, it's also referable. And that is the magic sauce when we're talking about how to gain new clients. How great is it to get a new email or a voicemail from, John Doe, who says, "Hi, so-and-so advisor. I was just referred to you by your client X. I need help with Y." Those are the best calls, we can get. And all you had to do, was have a good process, give a good client experience, and help that client succeed. And now in return, you're gaining a new client, which is much better than having to go out there, make phone calls, meet new people, do all these things that you may still have to do in tandem, because referrals aren't just going to come on a daily or weekly basis, can come sporadically. There can be certain weeks where you get a whole bunch, other weeks where you don't. But at the end of the day, if you're going to succeed, you're going to be in this business for the long haul. Getting referrals is very important. And is something that, if it's not starting to happen by the time you get into years 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, perhaps there's something that's gone wrong, and maybe we need to talk about that a little more. And also, make sure, you subscribe, so you can get future tips, from us, and like this video if you're getting, lots of value. Our next tip here would be, part of that process, as I kind of mentioned, with the first meeting, second meeting, third meeting is, you need to be able to have in that first meeting, a discovery meeting, right? You need to get the clients talking. You need to learn about them. The meeting's all about them. Hopefully they've already trust you enough and have already done some research, or you may have had some preliminary conversations already. So this first meeting is going to be about them. You're going to want to really uncover what their goals are, figure out the best you can what their current situation is, and then, take notes, write things down. It's very important. You also want to be able to gather documents. A lot of these documents they probably have somewhere, whether that's saved on their computer. They'd be able to send them to you, sometimes even during the meeting, if it's convenient for them. And you're going to want to, gather all their statements, obviously, and other, applicable documents. So that's important. You also then want to analyze all that information, put it through your software programs, start to, then come up with a list of recommendations. So in your second meeting, you can then do a recap of, okay, here's what we talked about, here's what I see, and then here's what we can do. And then all of that, brings them, because there's going to be some time that goes by between meetings, and they're going to want a refresher. And it also gives the opportunity, if you missed anything, they can point that out. And then it's all documented. You've got that for the future. You can reference that when you're looking back on doing review meetings. Because in the beginning, you're going to be doing a lot of new client work, getting clients going, and then, at some point you got to figure out, okay, how do I start doing reviews? How do I start growing these clients organically to grow my business, which we're definitely going to get into those details at future videos. So don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, and you'll be notified of those future videos. So and then once you propose those recommendations, sometimes in that second meeting you might be able to jump right into implementation. So the client's taking action on your recommendations. So that might be, okay, we need that term policy. Yes. Okay. We know we need to put money, set up an emergency fund in our tax-free savings account. Yes, we need tax deductions. So RSP makes sense. Okay, let's start applications. Let's get that going. Or, depending on how long those conversations were upon the recommendations, you might be scheduling that for your third meeting. So, and you want that to stay consistent, and, kind of read the client, see what's comfortable, and check in with them through that process to make sure that they're still on the same page, they understand, and they're ready to be moved along the process too. So, there you go. You've got your new client. Moving into our last tip is, as you grow as an advisor, and you move from, your first year, second, third year, you may be, if you haven't already, bringing on a staff member or part-time. Your organization may have hourly programs that you can subscribe to help with, preparing for client meetings, doing your scheduling, trades, all those types of administrative tasks that don't necessarily make you money. You can delegate them eventually, and if you can get your assistant on the same process as you and understanding, they can start to become intuitive on, okay, he's going to need this or she's going to need that for the next meeting, and they'll be able to learn your process and then become efficient, and then you both be working as a team and together. So it doesn't not only help your client, it helps you, it helps your assistant, but then it also, as I mentioned before, it becomes referable. So we hope you learned a lot from this advisor growth tip. This was number 3. So, if you got some value, please like our video, hit subscribe so you can follow along for future videos. And then next, of course, is our question of the day. So question of the day is, first, do you have a process? Is it similar to what we've talked about today? And will you be implementing a process now that you've learned about the importance of having a process? So comment below, let us know, and we'd love to hear from you. So wrapping up, don't forget to connect with us if you haven't already on Twitter and Instagram at RTA Talks, and stay connected with us. We'd love to hear from you, and go get them. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.